Hello, Commanders. Welcome back to another episode of XCOM 2 multiplayer. This time around, I will be using a Sectpod squad, and yeah, supporting by Mac and Archon, two officers, and a stun dancer. Um, yeah, usually with the elite officer in play, usually there would be a better choice to just use a third officer. But I like to use the stun dancer because I think it's a fun unit, although it's pretty damn weak in multiplayer. Let's see how things goes. Let's get into the game. Okay, so this time around the map is the alien base. There's two types of alien base. One type is, as you can see, this type with mostly destructible covers, and another type you will see a lot of very tall walls reaching the ceiling, and you cannot destroy the walls with normal grenades. You need plasma grenades to destroy the walls. Or of course you have a gatekeeper or a drop down or a Sectpod, you can just walk over them. Yep, but this type of this map, some of the covers is still destructible. And yep, after my first dash, it seems that the enemy is close enough to trigger the music. If the music triggers, you know the enemy is near enough. Usually, I think is two screen, about two screen. The music will trigger, so it will kind of give you an idea how close the enemy is. And yeah, I expect to see them in my second turn. Anyway, with this sized map. I think this, yeah, after the checking the boundaries, yep, the sound is too loud. Yeah, after I checked the boundaries, it seems yeah, I expect the engagement will happen in the central room, which is the human living quarters experiment place. I think where the aliens do researches on humans. And right here, I don't mind using Sectpod to scout, but I do not like to just dash in the Sectpods using all actions like most players did, because the movement difference with the Sectpod and other units is just way too large. If you just dash in the Sectpod, even if you use two action in dash of 3, after a turn or two you will still be separating from your squad. And right here I use the blazing pinions to scout ahead because my other units are decently close. So I am confident enough to just use the blazing pinions to scout. Even if they kill the Archon, I will still have enough units close enough to do the damage I need. And right here, I make a mistake of overwatching with my mech. With my Sectpod at that location, there is simply no way the enemy will move within range to my mech to shoot them. So that was a mistake. I should just dash in the mech. And right here, I aim the death laser towards his grenadier. It has one armor, so it will be a grenadier. If it has two armors, it will be a gunner, which can shoot which can shred your armor by shooting the gun. But grenadier, they have to shoot the grenade to shred the armor. And I aim at the grenadier to force him out of the high cover and prevents the enemy from funneling in the middle, which is the best place they can find a settlement. Because if they are moving towards the left or right, most of the units will not be able to see my settlement. So my settlement is safe if I aim the death laser at the center of the room. They need to split towards the left and right. So my settlement is very unlikely to get hit this turn. The worst case that could happen is the grenadier try to grenade my settlement, and turns out the enemy do have two phantoms, and he tried to shoot with my phantom shotgun. I think it will be a pretty high hit chance with the shadow strike. I think it should be around 70 to 80, I think. Yeah, but then again, he shoot before he marked. But like I said, the main thing I find most interesting about multiplayer is that you do not have the time you have in single player. You have to make your decision quickly, so it will always make you do a lot of mistake, like shoot before you mark the target. And yep, this is exactly what I want. I want them to focus fire on the Archon, so my setup will still have 4 armor. As long as I still have 4 armor, his squad cannot really do much damage to me. And right here, first laser hit ever. I tried a hell lot of times and never able to land a laser. Turns out I hit the laser even though when I aim it, the tile is not shown. It will be hit, but again, it's still hit for some reason. So it appears the laser can hit further than it appears to have. Yeah, like right here, again, I make the same mistake my opponent did. I shoot before I mark the target, which, yeah, it's a 70% miss. And if I dash in the mech before, I will have a lot better position. And right here, because the Archon is dead, so I have to give them something to shoot instead of my Sectpod. The thing about this is that, yeah, because like I said, if I forget to mark and I have to use some guaranteed damage to try and kill the Phantom, which, yeah, I do not want him to go invisible again, because it would be very annoying to deal with. So by forgetting to mark and missing the 70 shot, I will have to use 2 grenades to kill the Phantom, which is most of my grenades. I only have 2 officers grenade and 1 mag grenade. Yeah, this kind of slight mistakes because of the time limit is what I find interesting about the multiplayer. Because you cannot use circle around all your units for 5 minutes like in single player before you make a move. You have to make your decision quickly, so you will have to make suboptimum decisions or even bad decisions from time to time. And this is what I think is interesting about the multiplayer. And here, because like I said earlier, I give him something to shoot instead of my Sectpod, because every unit you dash into them is is a threat, even if it's a stun lancer. What I would do at his position is try my best to shred the armor of the Sectpod, because if the Sectpod, yeah, this just way too many armor for his guns to deal with. You need to shred the armor before your officer or grenadier die, or else he has no chance to win. But because I dash in the stun answer and draw the fire from the officer, which means he is not shredding the armor of my Sectpod. This is what I mean by let the enemy choose. Yeah, first turn of engagement, I let them choose between the Archon and the Sectpod. They choose the Archon. This turn, they choose the stun answer. Best case for me is the stun answer take more than one shot to kill, like he missed the first shot or something. But yeah, usually things doesn't work in your favor all the time. But like this time he get one shot, but it is fine because that means my armor from the Sectpod is still not shredded. I still have full armor, and because his grenadier is disoriented, he try to make him survive by running away. But I really don't think it is a good idea trying to do that, because he will be dead anyway. Like you cannot run from a Sectpod at this range. You simply cannot run from a Sectpod. You will just die. So before you die, you should try and make the most of your move, instead of like, yeah, maybe he will miss a 90% shot. Yeah, don't rely on that. I don't think it's a good idea to rely on that. Yeah, just do what you can do before you die. You should not use the single player mindset, like by yeah, you should not use your single target mindset. You should just try your best to do the most damage before your unit die. This is what I mean in the previous episodes by what I mean by trading with your enemy. If you just trying to make all your units staying alive without making attacks, you will just get whittled down by the enemy. Because the enemy, yeah, I am willing to trade with the enemy. Like I dash in the Archon. Yeah, I let him shoot. I ask for him to shoot at my Archon. As long as they are shooting at my Archon or stun answer, my Sectpod is not getting hit, and which is my main unit. And even if they try to work on the Sectpod, my other units will try to shoot them down. This is what I mean by trading. You should always think about what kind of trade you want to take and what kind of trade you can win against the enemy. Like here, I am willing to trade for all my units to kill his ability to shred, which is his officer and grenadier. The grenadier will be the main target, because the grenadier can also, I think the grenadier can grenade and then shoot, which is the most threatening. So yeah, but again, I think the enemy now realize he have no hope of killing the Sectpod, but it's too late for him to react now, because his grenadier is already dead. So even if one of his phantom managed to get away, the most he can do is ambush me with the phantom and kill one unit. and then the Sectpod will find him and kill him. He already used his remaining concealment. He cannot conceal again, so he has no hope at all to kill my Sectpod. Yeah, basically as soon as his grenadier dies, without shedding any of my armor, he lost the match. Yeah, the thing about armor units is that the enemy needs to have enough shredding, and I think you kinda need some kind of shredding, which it can be solved by simply having 2 or more officers, because the officers at the moment, elite officers, their grenades can shred for 2 armor instead of 1. And yeah, he now have no chance to win, instead other than trying to kill one of my units. And here I should use the electric field for 100% kill instead of taking a 90% shot and using more ammo. But like I said, with limited time or multiplayer, you will make this kind of mistakes from time to time. All it matters is which one of the player is making less mistakes or having a better squad. Yeah, and with 2 phantoms, with rapid fire, if he managed to shred my armor, double rapid fire with some critting should be able to kill my Sectpod. And yeah, after they kill my Sectpod, he will have a very decent fighting chance if he managed to have 1 or even 2 concealment. But yeah, like but then he need to deal with the Archon. He should at least try to let the concealment stay, at least 1 concealment stay, because he really need the concealment weapon fire to have any hope of killing the Sectpod. And right here, like I said, the most he can try is kill one of my units, and then even with the impeccable runaway, he will not be invisible. My Sectpod will always find him and kill him. And not to mention, I still have 2 officers with full health, which again are elite officers, which, yeah, I hope they fix it quickly. The 400 officers with a grenade that can shred 2 armor is just it is pretty stupid. Yep, and here although I have already win, I want to try to aim with my laser a second time, because I see the opportunity, because I am now behind the wall and invisible to his phantom. So I want to try and hit the laser again. Yeah, he may be retreating to this high cover or this high cover, but if he want to reload, I think he shoot 3 times. 1 at the Archon, 1 at the back, and I forgot, but I think he shoot 3 times. At least that's what I think in this game. So I think he will be try to reload and rapid fire. So I aim a laser covering his location, or maybe I could have make the aim the laser at this high cover too. So even if he retreats to that high cover, I will still hit it with the laser. But now, um, yeah, he has the best chance to have any hope to kill one more unit is by staying here with the maximum range aiming bonus while still staying in high cover. So it is likely that he will reload and rapid fire. So yeah, let's see. Of course, I know if the laser hits or not, but yeah, let's see if the laser hits. And yeah, this and what will be happening in the moment is one of the things I hate in XCOM 2 because this is so random. Sometimes the random stuff I would hate it because it makes sometimes it makes you lose the game
Locked and loading.
simply because some random bullshit. Like this kind of bullshit. He missed,
Come on.
but he destroyed the world. I yeah. I think this is bullshit. And here the first shot destroyed the floor and the second shot hits. And my officer still survives. Yeah, sometimes you can even destroy your own floor. I have had time that my overwatch shot destroy my own tile or floor and I fall down into no cover. Well, but then turns out I did hit the laser a second time, which I actually try a lot of times, trying to hit a single laser and failing 100 times. And now, in this game, I hit twice. Hooray! Yep, I think the laser still have its use, and this is one of the reasons why I think the Sectpod is a very decent unit to use. As long as you do not separate the Sectpod from your remaining squad. If you have the supporting units together with the Sectpod, yeah, usually the opponent will choose to shoot your smaller units in the hopes of killing them and leaving your Sectpod alone, which makes the game a lot easier for the Sectpod to do their job. But if you just charge in because the Sectpod have way too much movement compared to other units, if you just charge them in, you will be fighting with a 6,000 points unit with a 10k point squad, which is why most Sectpod squad losing. If you move in together with your other supporting units, you will be a lot easier to win the match. So that's it about this episode. Thanks for watching, and may the R and Jesus be with you. Goodbye.